Glorious day to you, my friends. Sitara hana asaka ahyatatara hati toro. Today's video inspired by my odometer. Yiskahatatira. Go figure. You already know the title. The Master of the Unlimited. It's at the center of love. Nidi arata hanata hasi huro oro hotari arana. So today, 1100 in the tripodometer and 136666. 13 is the center of it all, the center of the grid. 13 also happens to be the death card in tarot. Go figure. 6 is love, lovers, whatever. Harmony. 4 6s represent the 4 aspects of Brahma Vihara. This loving kindness, the harmony, compassion, and this joy. It's not just outward expression of joy, but it's an empathetic joy. It's a joy that comes from within, but it comes from our divine inner being that sees the joy in others, that feels this empathy towards everyone else on their pursuit of this thing called life. The master number, yes. We being the master of our reality, the sovereign creator. That's what this is all about. We, in our human form, in our human self, with our human mind and our human thoughts, are creating our reality and think that life is happening to us. Our inner being is creating our life, is helping us create our life, is always satisfied, as we're always successful in everything that we do, because what we give out to the universe is what we get back. Our inner being always sees this as this creational process. Our human mind sees it as success and failure, right and wrong, all this duality. And we can practice yoga. We can practice mindfulness. We can practice positive reinforcement and negative reinforcement on ourselves. We can practice meditation. And it all may or may not work. These imprints in our energetic field that we put there ourselves, we put there because we're saving the meaning of it. We're saving it for later. And we're savoring this experience and the meaning we have applied to it. What we felt, everything. We're imprinting it in our energetic field so that we can either bring more of it to us or keep ourselves away from it. We want to remember it because we didn't like it. So we make an imprint. Each of these imprints contribute to our karma, our destiny, a result of the actions, this karmic imprint. And it affects how we think, how we feel. We make imprints in all of our chakras, creating this emotional imbalance, all these obstacles in our life. But if we master this 0, 0, this unlimited nature, but 0, 0 can also mean being empty, resting in our own true nature. It could mean being the fool. It could mean so many other things. This idea of letting it go, these energetic imprints, this submission, the surrender, as other people call it, submit. Let's talk about submission. Submit to our feelings. Submit to these energetic imprints. Submit to our desires. Submit to. It just doesn't mean go out and do it because our emotions say to go do it. Submission, sub is below, and this mission from the Latin is also send it under. We're descending into self, our true self, by putting ourselves below our feelings, by putting ourselves below our desires, that they're not really a part of us, that our true authentic self is this shining being of love, this master of creation, the master of our reality, the righteous ruler of our reality. By submitting, we're talking about our feelings. We're admitting our feelings. We're giving names to our feelings. By giving it a name, we become more familiar with it and we can integrate it better. Do you really want to talk about that? I didn't get a hard yes, but submitting, by naming it, by identifying our feelings, we're acknowledging them and we're bringing it closer. We're not that afraid of them any longer. It is one of the ways we can harmonize these energetic imprints, by naming them. And when we go within, when we're being self-analytical, if we can do so in an attached manner, then we can see each of these imprints objectively. We can give it a name. How do I feel? What is this? How did this come about? And we can submit to it without judging why we imprinted it. We can then integrate it. This is all a part of death of the ego, descent into self. This is some of the main themes in Anana's descent into the underworld, going into death and beyond death, of who we think we are, and beyond this death rebirth cycle. This love that's inherent to us, this love which is similar to this love of who we are, this total acceptance, this love of everything. Isn't this human idea of love? It's us resting in our own true nature and allowing everyone else to rest in its own true nature. These energetic imprints, the whys of why we are the way we are, how we've become who we are, how we've become who we think we are, and all the rationale for sticking with our belief of who we are, whether it's somebody else telling us who we are or it's the lies that we tell ourselves about who we are. All these things, the letting go of it, this letting go of this identity that others have given us and that we have given ourselves, letting that go is all a part of us descending into self, not ourselves. It's this where the self is established, this swadhisthana, the sacral chakra, this flow of emotions, allowing it to calm down, to be this calm and tranquil pool for us. Sometimes we meditate with a goal. Sometimes we want to find out more about ourselves, and this is all well and good. What we learn through meditation, what we learn through any of our practices, it's important for us to understand that we're not all this programming that everyone else has shoved into us, that we have freely accepted and imprinted into our blueprint, and that we claim that this is us. Patanjali, when he starts talking about the author of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, Niyarahatara Guha, when he starts talking about meditation, in his second chapter, sadhana, the sadhana pod, the practice, After talking about the yamas and the niyamas, the things that has how we interact with ourselves and how we interact with others, he starts talking about asana. And he gives only two qualities of asana, which is stable and easy. And then he talks about pranayama, utilizing the breath to energetically work with our bodies. And then he talks about pratyahara. At the beginning, we learned that pratyahara is the withdrawal of the senses. We stop listening to the outside world and start listening within. All important things. And the more we do this, and the more we start meditating, and the more we start practicing all these aspects, and when we're practicing our yoga, and when we're on the mat, and we're transitioning from asana to asana, and we're breathing while we're moving, and we're breathing while we're breathing, and we start to withdraw from the senses, withdraw from all the other thoughts in our mind, then we become our practice. And after practicing pratyahara for a while, we learn that it's not really the withdrawal of the senses. It's the respect of the senses, the respect of self. It's the allowing us to rest in our own true nature and allowing our feelings to rest in our own true nature. Allowing everyone else who's practicing on their own mat to practice as they see fit. Allowing them to rest in their own true nature. And then when we interact with other people, allowing them to be themselves. We don't have to get judgmental about things that they say. We don't have to react emotionally about how we feel about what they just said. We can be objective about it. Actually listen, because it's really about them and allowing them to be them. Allowing them to rest in their own true nature. Pratyahara, which is submission, which is letting go. We are letting go of our ideas of our friends or the people we're interacting with. We're letting go of our misconceptions and our preconceptions of who they are and how they interact with us. And by being present in the conversation and listening, things start to become magical. We start to become this love. It's the center of it all. We're listening compassionately. We're listening in kindness. We're listening in harmony within ourselves and harmony without. And then we can become this joy. We can listen with love and be empathetic about what is going on with our friend, whether it's a new friend or an old friend. This is this descent into self. And when we can be objective, everything that we do is complete. When we submit to our feelings and submit to presence and being present, then what we want out of the situation is now self-fulfilling. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy of magnificence, being the master of the unlimited. Where can our relationship go now? Because I'm present and I'm listening and I'm not listening through the filters of my energetic imprints. And I'm not seeing through the energetic imprints. And I'm not acting from these energetic imprints. I'm acting from my Brahma Vihara, this harmony, this compassion, this joy, this loving kindness, all aspects of who we really are. When we submit, when we let go, we are descending into our true self, our true nature, this all loving, totally accepting being, where everything is perfect, just as you already are.